Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the kind introduction. I'm doing great down here. Things have dried out in Houston, Texas. The sun's still up, and it's looking good. Another day here in Ardyss Ignite, Ardyss Life, and things are moving strong. Let me go ahead and introduce myself for those of y'all that don't know me. I know we do have a lot of new people that have come to the company. My name is Harold Helm, also known as Making Life Changes, president and founder, where I provide solutions spiritually, physically, financially, and technologically. I got in Ardyss International a little over 4 years ago after coming out of a very, very dark place in my life. A lot of y'all that are going through things and struggling, whether it be health issues, financial issues, relationships, whatever it may be, I can definitely relate to you. That's why I started a business and a ministry called Making Life Changes, because each and every day I got to make a choice to get up and make a difference, not just in my own life, but in the lives of other people. I originally was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, spent about 36 years of my life there. Was one of the original segment producers for the national TV show Cheaters. Did that for about 14 years. Founded an anti-gaming drug program and an amateur and professional boxing program by the name of New Way Athletic Club, which stood for Neighbors United with America's Youth. My head trainer was former welterweight champion of the world, Curtis Coates, and we were very successful, had about 27 pros, 200 boxers, had a transportation company, and then I also started the first legal poker tournament games in the state of Texas history to raise money for youth programs. And really, that was a challenge in itself. I ran across some very powerful people that didn't necessarily want me to get something up and going. I was 26 years old, and I basically showed people how we can make millions of dollars and give millions of dollars to charity for little or no money. And sometimes when you come up with big ideas, you have people that are very powerful and approach you and control and take away your ideas. So I battled that for several years, was charged with all kinds of things. The same organization, the same city that was allowing me to do my games actually came in after I met the Bushes and some other politicians and shut me down. And I went through the whole legalization process, beat them in court. But long story short, Jim Acosta of CNN News interviewed me like 3 times. I was front page of the paper up there. I really had done some things in Texas history that had never been done before. But I was so eager to get my business up and running after they beat me, not legally, but financially. I did something that was really the dumbest thing I ever did in my life, but at the same time, it created Making Life Changes and brought me eventually to Ardyss International and who I am now. And that was, I took some money and invested in legal drug activity. And I'm not ashamed to share that and share that with y'all, because we know that we all make mistakes in lives. And I thought at the time that the needs justified the means, so to speak. And so I did some things that ultimately cost me my freedom. And when I was in that very dark place, I really found a personal relationship with my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I've been separated from my mother for 37 years. She had been on the liver transplant list. She had had hepatitis C and had been struggling from other debilitating illnesses such as fibromyalgia and junior bone disease, as to name a few others of liver disease as well. And we'd been separated. I started writing her letters, started connecting with her, and I just felt in every aspect of my life as I started to grow in a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, that he was leading me to leave everything that I had behind and to do something different and to come to Houston, Texas. Now, how, he actually spoke to me was in letters. It was in things that I read. Houston, Texas would keep popping up at every step of the way. And so I actually literally came out of Houston, Texas, flat broke with a prepaid cell phone, the clothes on my back, and about $50 in my pocket a little over 4 years ago. Everybody said there was jobs in Houston. I ran a multi-million-dollar company. I had lost it all, lost 2 homes, 9 cars, lost 11-year marriage. I had 6 family members that had died in just a couple year span. My baby sister was killed by a drunk driver, and just one event happened after the other. I lost my father while I was incarcerated 52 days before I got released. He died of a heart attack. Everything you could possibly imagine had happened to me. And I was suffering with Crohn's disease. And in 2008, they wanted to remove my colon because I had debilitating disease of the small and large intestines called Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. I had them both. And I actually had one of the rarest forms of Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Less than 2% of all known diseases in those categories I had. So I had the Crohn's where the colitis should have been. I had the colitis where the Crohn's should have been. And when I came to Houston, Texas, I was still suffering with a debilitating disease. And I had recently been put on prednisone, which got me up to 230 pounds. In fact, I got a picture here. I'll show it to you if y'all can see that on the screen. I was huge, and I was alive, but I wasn't really living. I was on prednisone, sulfasalazine. They wanted to put me on Remicade that can cause lymphatic cancer and kill you. So I had lost my money, I had lost my family, I had lost really my pride as of that time, and I even was in the process of losing my life and my health. And I remember in '08 sitting in a hospital bed in Presbyterian Hospital, and the doctors coming in saying, "We got to remove your colon." And I was 36 years old at the time. That wasn't anything I wanted to hear. And I said, "Well, just give medication 3 days." I had someone come in and pray with me. I believe in the power of spiritual healing and prayer. They said, "You don't have 24 hours, let alone 3 days. If you don't have the operation, you're going to die." But I went ahead and chose not to have the operation. 3 days came and went. The doctors came back and they said, "It's a miracle." And they said, "You responded to the medication. That's the good news. But you're going to be on this till the day that you die." And that was really a lie straight from the pits of hell, because I stayed on the medication until I got involved and I came out of incarceration. I came to Houston, Texas. I was telling you, flat broke. I prayed to God that if he would close doors no man could open and open doors no man could close, heal me of my Crohn's, restore from where I was, but for his glory, not for the glory of the world, and bring my mother back into my life and heal her. I would come out and serve him every single day. When I came to Houston, Texas, I was looking for work. I must have put in close to 100 job applications. I've been working for myself since I was 23, very successful in sports, entertainment, television, pretty much everything that I did turned to gold. And I had also at the same time had strikes on my record, so people didn't want to give me an opportunity. I was overqualified, and in other areas wasn't qualified enough. So I didn't know really what to do. I remember my first bed was a mattress I pulled outside a dumpster and wrapped in a bed sheet. And then my mother had relocated down here with me. We ended up getting a one-bedroom apartment, and we literally had no furniture. She was on Social Security. I'm trying to find work, trying to find opportunity. And a friend told me about a company called Ardyss International. It wasn't Ardyss Life then, it was Ardyss International. And I just prayed the night before for something to come into my life. And I told the man, I said, "I'm not going to go to this meeting because you asked me. I'm going to go because I just prayed about it, because I don't want to miss an opportunity that maybe God is trying to share with me." So I went, long story short, I went to a meeting and I saw a lot of people there. I saw nutritional products. I saw reshaping garments. I didn't know really anything about it, but I saw a passion in the room, a passion that we as Ardyss Life and Ardyss International, I believe in some respects, have forgotten, and we've got to get back to. I heard people literally screaming and yelling and chanting that they believed, And I saw there was a passion in the room for the business these people were working. That in itself sold me on it. I had to borrow the money to get involved because I did not have the $2.99 at the time. Within 5 months of taking the products, I took a powerful product, which is my favorite, called Pro Digest. I'll put it here on the screen. And believe me now, Mr. Boyd, if everybody starts buying Pro Digest, you're going to have to order some more because I got to keep this stuff in stock. But within 5 months of being on that, NutriShake meal replacement, the fiber balance, being a product of the product, taking the Levies, I came off all pharmaceutical drugs. I mean, literally, I went back to my doctor and told him, "Hey, I'm not having fever anymore. I'm not having night sweats. I'm not bleeding internally. I'm not having severe cramps and pains in my colon. And I think it's these products that I'm taking." And they literally did some test results on me. If I had my sheet up here, that was the way my colon looked. It was very inflamed. It was bleeding. It was very bad. And after my first year of taking the products and coming off, I started documenting my results. Don't know if you can see all that there, but I have the results here. And within a matter of just of taking the products this last year, I went and got approved for a little over $500,000 life insurance policy from World Financial Group, and actually came out preferred elite status, which everything's in green, all the documentation, but these products were absolutely phenomenal. Within 5 months of being involved in the business and sharing these products, I became Distributor of the Year, Shining Star of 2012. I was #2 in the entire company in new growth. I think my business at one point grew up to 500% and was just blown up. I mean, I had distributors in Africa, distributors up in Canada, across the United States, Mexico. We were taking products into Russia, and it was just exciting time. Ardyss was really going through the roof, and then something happened right there, that as I continue to share these products, I can't leave my mother out either, because I put her on these products, and in 10 months she came off the transplant list. Her liver improved to the point where she could get on some other treatments that were available on the market, and she got completely cured of Hep C. That was incredible. So at the highlight of Ardyss International and where we were at working the business and taking the products, it's like the bottom dropped out in our company. A lot of y'all know when I talk about companies go through a transition and they go through a rebuilding process, and a lot of people jumped ship at that time. And I saw this just like when I came into Ardyss International. I was really the only single male leader in the company. I was one of the very few Caucasians that was in the company. I never saw that as a challenge to me. I saw it as an opportunity. Okay? Anytime you have a problem, if you can provide a solution or fit in where the solution comes, you're going to make a lot of money. And so when the bottom dropped out of Ardyss International, a lot of people jumped ship because we were going through a rebuilding process. I saw it as an opportunity. My team stuck and stayed. We even lost. I did have a few team members that had passed away of old age and other illnesses. One had a seizure that was really pretty young, and so I lost some team members, but I didn't lose team members to other network marketing companies. Some retired. My team stuck and stayed. We formed Making Life Changes. We're helping people spiritually, physically, financially, technologically. Helped create the smart app, Quick Recruit, that now is in the back office that a lot of y'all guys are out there using. I actually sent out a Quick Recruit to everybody tonight, so hopefully we have higher numbers and people listening on the calls. But, you know, one of the things that if you're a leader that you have to do is that you are the captain of your ship. And a captain doesn't jump ship. A captain stays on point. A captain rides the storm out. And that's what I've done with my organization. And we've kept some good key people out there, like Miss Ruby Sims and Carlton Johnson and Phyllis Carter and Bonnie Miller that are out there that have really stuck and stayed and have been the backbone of my organization. There's many others. If I didn't mention your name, there's hundreds of y'all out there I know, and I can't mention everybody, but we've stayed the course. And leadership, in order to have people follow you, you've got to lead. And you've got to lead by example. If you want people to go out and you want them to prospect, you got to be prospecting every day. You got to be talking to new people every day. I think I called Godmother, called Candy, Gloria Tate last night, some of my other team members, Phyllis Carter, 11, 12 o'clock at night doing three-way calls. And that's what it's about. We got to get back to the basics. We got to start potentially. We got to prospect people. We got to share our opportunity with them. And we don't want to give them too much information because we want to save that for the expert, and we want to start doing three-way calls. If we ask people to do home parties, guess what? We got to be doing home parties, one-on-ones, presentations, whatever you want to call it, a social. You know, we need to be a leader. We need to be at the meetings, unless you absolutely can't be there. And I do board meetings and a lot of ministries with my church, and there's a couple meetings I can't make during the month, but I make it up in other areas because I'm at other meetings. And whatever meetings I can be at or be on the calls, that's what it's about. We've got a leadership call every Monday. How many of y'all are on it? We've got the corporate call going on tonight. How many of y'all are on it? You want your team to be on it, but you've got to lead by example. And we have a back office training call that I run at 5 o'clock every Sunday. And the most important, we have the morning motivational call every single morning, preceded by the master's call. We'll wake up every single morning in a faith-based company to get to share our faith. And so I encourage you that if you're leading a team, if you want to take this opportunity further than the opportunity has ever been, and I believe Ardyss Life has the potential with the products that we have. We have some amazing products that are changing lives. We have testimony. For those of y'all who have been following me on social media, you know my dog a month ago on my birthday, May 21st, collapsed. I took her in. $1,300 later, they told me she had inoperable liver cancer and to put her down. She couldn't walk. I started giving her the red Lviv, 4 to 6 ounces a day. I poured it in her bowl. Y'all follow me on social media. I appreciate that. And she is up walking. She jumped up on the couch earlier today. She went a quarter mile yesterday with me at the park. This is what the products can do. Intended for people, but safe enough for your pets. And there's people out there that are having issues and having problems, and we got to solve those problems. So we got to lead by example, by taking our products, being on auto ship, by showing up at the meetings, being on the calls, doing the presentations, being a leader out here, being a part of the solution, not part of the problem. And then we need to start putting our team members in the proper position so that they can become a leader as well. In other words, our team members don't always need to depend on us. I'm starting to use some of my team members to be the expert in three-way calling. There's nothing wrong with you going sideline or downline your organization to team up with somebody and to do three-way calls. In fact, I encourage it because it's going to help both of y'all grow in different areas of your business and in personal development that you've never grown before. We can't be afraid to talk to people. Ultimately, people want to try to get around it and say we're not selling anything. But sales and products have got to move in order for money to be made. That's the bottom line. You know, I always tell my mom, we're not selling anything, we're sharing testimonies. And she said, no, one way you look at it, everybody is selling something. That's right. Whether you're selling yourself, image of yourself, you're selling products, or your testimony. People got to believe in you and believe in the products that you have. And so I encourage everybody on this line to be a leader that's willing to not just lead, but lead by example. In other words, people will follow you because they believe in you. But do you believe in your people? See, it's got to go both ways. We've got to believe in each other, and that's what's powerful here. We are at a golden opportunity in our company right now. We have diversified with products, we've diversified with literature, with videos, with websites, to where we have an opportunity to get new markets, new age groups, new ethnic groups that we have never even scratched the surface, that haven't even heard the name of Ardyss. In fact, I was with a lady the other night that was from Mexico. She was from Guadalajara, believe it or not. And you would think in Guadalajara, Ardyss would be a household name down there, but she did not know about the company. Had been in Guadalajara for 30 years. Well, guess what? She's buying some products from Mexico from me this next week. She just was shopping at the Galleria here, gave me all her information. I connected with her on WhatsApp, and that's what I'm talking about. I am out here every single day meeting folks, selling products. I'm not asking my team members to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. And then now we've got to start taking our team members and putting them in position to where they can do the same thing that we're doing. Guys, we have a proven track record of success here in Ardyss International and Ardyss Life. Two great sides of our company that come together to form a global experience. Now, we've got to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. We have nowhere else to go but up right now. And I believe if we all pull together, if we all do our fair share, we all do our part, if we're on the calls, we should be having hundreds of people on the morning call every single day. We should be having those same numbers on this corporate call every single week. These lines shouldn't be able to hold the folks that are on there. If we do our part and we start doing that, if we're leading by example and putting our people in position to where they can become the next leaders, we are going to see Ardyss Life become a household name and become the billion-dollar company, not just about the money, but you focus on the mission, the money will come. People are hurting out here with obesity. They're hurting out here with being broke. They're hurting out here with all kind of different issues that are ailing and plaguing them, and we have a solution to the problem. And if you have a solution to the problem, then there is opportunity within the mix. And I'm going to close with this. Every single day when you get up, you got to know that we start off equal as far as one thing. You may not have more money than someone else has. You may not have the family someone else has. You may not think that you have the opportunities because of whatever, whether it be gender or color or different obstacles or education. But I came out of losing everything into Houston, Texas, literally with nothing. And in just 4 short years, God has blessed me. Ardyss is my 5th income stream. And I know this next year is even going to be better. It's my only network marketing company, the only one I want to be involved in. And I love it because I love the products, I love the leadership and the people that I'm involved with. Every single day, we have one thing that is the same, and that's time. How do you use it? And that's what you got to ask yourself when you get up. If you're not satisfied with your life, then you've got to put yourself in position by leading by example and putting people in place within the 24 hours that you have every single day. And with that, I hope that I've said something here that helps change the scope of your life and your business. I'm making life changes, and you can follow me at makinglifechanges.org. Got some really great videos on there and some really great things for you to follow along with. I have social media presence at the bottom, so if y'all want to follow on Twitter or Facebook or Google+, LinkedIn, any other contacts that I have, Periscope will be starting up that broadcast very soon. But as I tell everybody every single day, I'm making life changes. What are you doing? Together we can make a difference. Back to you, Vice President Mr. Clement Boyd, and thank you for having me on the call. That's right.